It's like a pawn.
All right, so this is the Premier Chess Virtual Camp Summer 2021, and this is day one. So we're doing the poison pawn lecture. So yeah, sorry. What's the definition of poison pawn, Peter?
Well, it's like a pawn. It's like it looks like it's a pawn that's hanging, but then when you take it, they can get some advantage.
Exactly. Yeah. So one way I like to describe it is, you know, do any of you do fishing? Anybody here? Anybody here like
Yeah,
to
I
fish?
like to fish sometimes.
Okay. All right. So fishing is a good example because what do? You put food on bait, right? And so you know you're putting it in the water, and you're basically saying to the fish, "Look, free food." So is the food really free? No, of course not. You want the
it
fish.
costs it,
Nope.
it costs life.
I
Yeah,
would
you-
like it if it was.
Say again.
I said I would like it if it was.
Of course, they would like it if it was. Everyone likes free stuff, right? Nope. Everyone wants stuff for free, but yeah. So in fishing, the bait is like you know, it's basically the same in poison pawn in chess. You know, it's bait. You want your opponent to do something, and then once they do it, there's negative consequences, right? You get an advantage, you get an attack, or you can win material, trap their queen or rook or something like that. So it's like you're baiting them to do something. You're inviting them to do something, right? So that's one way you can think about it. Another way you can think about it is no free lunch. Nothing is for free, right? Everything usually costs money to pay for, you know, other than like the air you breathe and the sunshine on your back. Everything else costs money, right? You go to the store, you can't just go to a restaurant and say, give me free food, right? You got to give them something for it, right? So and here, poison pawn. So what pawns, let's say the pawn's a regular setup, right? What pawns are the most common in poison pawn themes? Yeah, Samuel.
The B2 pawn.
Yeah, so the B2 pawn and the G2 pawn, white's perspective, black's perspective, B7 and G7 pawn, right? Those are the most common used poison pawns. Although, I mean, you can say any you know, quote unquote free piece that you give to your opponent, that if they take it, there's going to be negative consequences, is also kind of a poison piece or poison pawn. But yeah, this is the most common. So yeah, so here is a very common situation, kind of a Sicilian defense. The queen comes out, and white invites. So I guess this is kind of like a Benoni type formation, and white invites black to capture the B2 pawn. I guess the last move was probably like bishop D2. So my question is, how does white punish black here? What do you guys think?
What was the question?
So black just took the free pawn, right? Quote unquote free pawn on B2. And now my question is, how does white punish black for taking the free pawn? Yeah, Samuel.
One. Rook
Again?
B1.
Okay, rook B1, yes, the beginning of the variation. So rook B1, why is that important? Because now you're cutting off the retreat to B6. Very important. So black has only one response, which is queen A3. Okay, now how do you continue the attack?
Knight B5.
Very good. So why is knight B5 a strong move?
Because it forks the A3 and threatens C7.
Exactly, yeah. Threatens jumping on C7 and forking king and rook, right? So very powerful, and the queen cannot come back to A5 to protect C7 due to the bishop. So now let's see, black has a few options. So what option do you think is the best here for black?
Press the flag button twice.
Hit the flag button twice?
Yes.
Something a little better than that. All right.
A2,
Okay, Peter, what do you think? What do you think, Peter?
I think queen A2.
Well, there's like only two moves to save your queen on queen A4 or queen takes A2.
Queen.
And I think it's
Okay, so you said queen A4 and queen takes A2. Okay, actually,
Yeah.
he can go to B6, A6. Would that be a good move? What do
Yeah,
you
but
think?
then you lose your queen anyway.
Yeah.
If
How?
knight plays
Excellent.
knight c7.
Knight
Yeah.
C7. Now you got a triple royal fork, right? It's no good. All right. So which one you want to choose? A4 or takes on A2?
Well, if you play queen takes a2, then they play rook b. Oh wait, actually, I think it's queen takes a2.
Okay.
No,
Okay. Queen takes A2. Actually, the strongest is queen A4. But let's look at queen takes A2. Why is that not such a good move? How does so now black is becoming extra greedy and taking another pawn. Okay. So now Sam, what do you think? How does white punish black for being extra greedy?
rook A1.
Good. So rook A1. So now preventing again from retreating on the A file. So now there's only one move, right? Queen B2. So now how do you continue?
Bishop C3.
Bishop C3. And look at this. The queen is now trapped, right? Queen has nowhere to go. Everywhere is protected, right? So that is
Then I would take the rook.
yeah, the rook would probably be the best thing to take, but that is the punishment for being greedy, right? So greed is not only punished in real life occasionally, but it's also punished in chess, right? So all right, so queen takes A2 leads to a forced trapping of the queen. So therefore, queen A4 is the strongest move. So what is white's strongest move here? So Samuel, what do you think?
Knight takes D6 check.
Ooh, knight takes D6 check. All right. So a lot of people would say knight C7, forking king and rook, which is a good move. It's not a bad move. But the thing is that there's a saying Emmanuel Lasker said. Who's Emmanuel Lasker, by the way? Anybody know?
Former world champion Emmanuel Lasker, that was world champion for 27 years.
Oh, I see how that works.
Did you just look that up?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you knew that. Excellent, excellent.
Before.
What number world champion was he? Do you know?
I think he was the second or third.
Yeah, I think he was the second. Steins is the first, then Lasker, and then Capablanca, I think. All right, so yeah, so knight, so yeah, so you can go knight C7, but you know, so what he said was, anybody know a saying that I'm gonna say? That he said? Yeah. What do you think?
If you find a good move, then look for a better move.
Yeah, you see a good move.
Wait, but
look for a better move. Yeah.
If you do knight takes d6, then what if they don't take back? Oh,
Okay.
then you lose the rook because then they play knight takes f7. Oh.
Right. So yeah. So well, hold on. So yeah. So we said you see a good move, look for a better one, right? So knight C7 is a good move, and you do win the rook. That's true. But why is knight D7 is a little bit, knight D6 is a little bit better?
I know.
Yeah.
Because if the pawn takes, bishop goes B5.
Excellent. Yeah. Now we have a fork, king and queen, and the queen is lost, right? So very nice. So the king must stay away from the light square diagonal. So the king moves to D8. And now how do we continue? Peter, what do you think?
Now I think you can just do knight takes f7.
Yeah, so now knight takes f7. Again, he doesn't want to go to the light squares due to the fork. So he goes to C7. And now how do we continue? Samuel, what do you think?
Bishop F4.
This is like a king hunt.
Kind of like
This has turned into a king hunt.
Yeah, kind of like a king hunt. Yeah, bishop F4 check. Okay, so now actually the king has no. Oh yeah, he does have a square, but that's no good because, of course, the bishop fork. So he doesn't want to step into that. So he goes E5. Now what's the strongest move here?
Bishop takes C5.
So you could do bishop takes E5. That would eventually force the king to move to D7, winning the queen. But again, there's actually a stronger move than that. Here, what do you think?
It's D6.
D6. Let's see here. D6.
That's the only other check I can see.
D6 also leads to winning the queen. That's true, but there's actually a stronger move. What do you think? Yeah. Who was that? Is that Brian? Yeah, your hand
Yeah,
raised?
wait. No, wait.
Oh, I have a good one.
What do you think?
D takes C6 check.
Yeah, en passant. Yeah, and why is that even better?
Oh yeah, you can emphasize.
Why is that even better?
Because it forces checkmate.
Well, it forces checkmate because you're opening up the queen now. Now the queen is joining the attack, right? So very important. You want to include as many pieces as possible in all your attacks, right? So now if he blocks with bishop d6, you got queen takes d6 mate. If he goes king c6, what do you have?
Queen D5 checkmate.
Queen d5 is mate, and there's one more mate. You see it?
Knight D8.
Knight d8 is another mate, right? Very good, very good. Yeah, so very nice. This is punishment for black being greedy, right? So very important in chess that you do not be, you do not, don't be greedy. And if something looks like it's free, most likely it's not, unless your opponent made a big blunder, which is also possible. All right, so that is that's the basic poison pawn setup. All right, let's go into a game. This is Mikhail Tal's white versus Amparan black, and this is in 1988. All right, so who's Mikhail Tal, by the way? Who can tell me who that is? Anybody know? Sam, what do you think?
Former world champion Mikhail Tal.
Yeah. What happened to your video, Sam? It turned off.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. There you go. So yeah, Mikhail Tal, former world champion, probably like the 11th or 12th world champion, something like that. He was one of the world champions that was world champion for a very short time, maybe like 1 year. And what was his style? What was he known for? Anybody know?
The Magician of Riga attacks.
Excellent. Yeah, Magician of Riga. Yeah, so he was very brilliant, sacrificial attacking style. And there's one quote that he was famous for saying, which is, I think it's like, I'd like to take my opponent into a deep, dark forest where 2 + 2 = 5, and where there's only room for one to escape or one to emerge, something like that. so yeah, all right. And also a lot of his sacrifices were like also like not necessarily sound, in the sense that he didn't necessarily calculate until checkmate, but a lot of his sacrifices, I believe, were made based on intuition. He felt like this is what the position necessitated or required. All right, so now here, white's last move, Tal's last move was knight c3. So he's basically offering the d4 pawn as bait, as a poison pawn, because we have black attacking it 3 times, white only defending it 2 times. So white's offering the d4 pawn as bait, and of course he takes the pawn. Okay, so now my question is, what is white's
I mean,
best move?
who doesn't like somewhat free stuff?
Say again?
I mean, who doesn't like somewhat free stuff?
Well, if you're playing Tal, you got to be careful of free stuff from Mikhail Tal, right? But I guess he didn't. I guess black didn't get that message. Okay, so what do you think is the best move here for white? How does white punish black? Oh, what happened to Sam? He left.
His internet disconnected, I think.
Oh, I see.
I mean, I guess that happens.
So how does black? Oh, there he is. Anybody have an idea? Hey, Sam.
Oh,
Wait, yes.
What happened? You got kicked off?
yeah, I did. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Bishop e3.
Okay,
Wait,
so
no,
bishop.
that doesn't work.
Okay, so Sam, so he took the bait. Knight takes d4. Now my question is, white to move. How does Mikhail Tal punish black for taking the free pawn on d4? Brian, what do you think?
Bishop e3.
Okay, so bishop e3 looks like it pins the knight to the queen. How does black deal with that? What do you think is a good move for black here? Yeah, Sam.
Knight takes f3.
Yeah, just remove the knight with check, and now the pin is relieved, and maybe the
queen moves away.
Yeah, the queen just moves away, maybe like that. All right, what else is a good move for white here? What do you think?
Take. Yeah. Okay.
What's a good move?
Wait, how about knight takes d4?
Knight takes d4. Okay, so well, think about this. So
Wait, no, that doesn't work
so
either.
Tal likes to attack, right? So he probably, when you're attacking, do you want to trade pieces or keep as many pieces on the board as possible?
Keep as many.
Yeah, so he does not want to trade as much at all, right? If he doesn't have to. So yeah, if he takes here, he's just kind of helping black trade away pieces. And then the more pieces he trades, the easier it is to defend, that black can consolidate his position and then keep his extra pawn, right? So white doesn't want to easily trade pieces. So what's another good move here? What do you think? What do you think, Samuel?
Knight d5.
Knight d5, great move. Yeah, why is that a good move?
Because that attacks the queen, and if queen takes d5, the knight c7 check winning.
Yeah, so the bishop appears to be free again, but beware when you play the Magician of Riga or for taking his free stuff, because now we have knight c7, triple fork, triple royal fork. Very nice, right? So he didn't take the bishop, of course. He went first. He got rid of the knight. Why? Again, because if you're in the defensive side, you want to trade as many pieces as possible to reduce the attack, right? So that's why he gets rid of as many pieces as possible. Knight takes f3, queen takes f3, and now he goes back to d8. Okay, so now how do you think Tal continued here? What do you think? What do you think, Samuel?
Bishop f4.
Yeah, bishop f4, very good. So look at all the pieces. One question that you should ask yourself if you're not sure what to do, think, are all of my pieces on optimal squares? Are all of my pieces doing good, productive work? And the bishop on c1 is the last minor piece that's not been developed yet. So where's the best place to develop it? Why not develop it with tempo? So bishop's f4 develops it, and now there's a threat of knight c7 check, right? So for that reason, black blocked with e5, and then he moved the bishop back to d2, right? And so now black really wants the castle as soon as possible, get his king out of the center. So he goes knight e7, and then what do you think white did here? What do you think? Sam, what do you think?
I think he went bishop c4.
Let's see, bishop c4. Okay, it's an interesting move. He didn't do that, but
I said bishop c4, not bishop e4.
Oh, sorry, my fault. Bishop c4. Okay. So bishop c4 allows him to castle. Oh, actually, yeah. He could have castled, but it does allow him to castle. So, yeah, we need something a little stronger. So, what do you think he did a little stronger than that? So remember, you want to maintain the tension, maintain the pressure, right?
Rook c1.
Rook c1. Okay, so that's interesting.
Yeah, wait, that still lets him castle. Yeah.
Yeah, it still lets him trade away the knight and then castle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else? Samuel, what do you think?
Bishop g5.
Yeah, bishop g5. So bishop g5 now, pinning the knight to the queen, right? So he's really being aggressive now, right? With the with his minor pieces, right? Not giving his opponent a chance to breathe at all, right? So now black goes f6, kind of gives up a pawn. So he gives back the pawn, Knight takes f6, bishop takes, queen takes, and now rook f8, queen takes e5, queen a5 check, king f1. So now black doesn't have much to do. He's kind of got to wait because now he's threatening mate here. Pawn can't even come up to free the bishop, so the queen has to come back. Queen d8. How would you continue here for white? What do you think? So continue attacking. Oh, do you have your hand raised, Sam?
Yeah, I did.
What's up? Well, what do you think?
Rook d1.
Rook d1. Okay, that's good in the sense that you're bringing another piece into the attack. He went a little, I guess, more direct with his attack, and he went bishop h6, attacking the rook again. So not letting the rook, get any spare moment. So bishop h6, rook g8. So now, how do you think he continued now? What do you think, Samuel?
Bishop c4.
Yeah, bishop c4. Keep attacking. This guy is relentless with his attacks. Bishop c4. Finally, the d pawn is no longer pinned. So black says, okay, let me free up my light square bishop. So d6, attacking the queen. Queen f6. And now he goes d5, blocking the c4 bishop. E takes d5. And now black would really love a trade of queens here to alleviate a lot of tension and pressure. Do you think Mikhail Tal traded queens here? What do you think?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. So what do you think he did here?
I think he went rook e1 check.
Rook e1 check. Now the e file is open. Why not bring the rook in with tempo, which is what he did. Beautiful move. Rook e1 check. Now the king decides to run. There's just too much pressure here in the center with these bishops. So he decided to run away. Now, how do you continue the attack? Brian, what do you think?
Bishop b5.
Good. Bishop b5. Very good. He continues running. Okay. How do you continue the attack?
Bishop f4.
Bishop f4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do that. That's good too. But he decided to because the rook. So now the king cannot come back to
Rook
the d file,
e7?
e file. So he went rook c8.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the rook did a good job pushing the king towards c7. So now he can push the king even more. Rook c1 check, king b1, and now how does he finish him off? Samuel.
Bishop f4 check.
Bishop f4, powerful move, forcing a mate in two by force, right? Knight d6, queen takes, and that's it. Beautiful game by Tal, demonstrating how taking one pawn can be so dangerous against Mikhail Tal, right?
Black didn't click the flag button twice to knock down his king.
I guess not. And notice the bishop here never moved, and the rook on a8 never moved. So
The rook on h1 also never moved.
Yeah, I mean this rook just moved back and forth, but yeah, very powerful game by Mikhail Tal. All right, so let's look at another one.
This is also that was also a very nice checkmate.
Yeah, very nice checkmate. Yeah, beautiful. I love when you checkmate with a minor piece or a pawn. That's definitely my favorites.
My favorite is like smother mate.
Smother mate is cool too.
Yeah.
And Anastasia's mate.
Oh, Anastasia's mate is nice. All right, so here's another example of two grandmasters, Palatnik versus Geller, and 1980. So here, I believe White's last move was bishop d3, offering the g2 pawn. So of course, Black took, saying free pawn. And now White, how does White punish? So rook g1, bishop c6. What is White's best move here? What do you think, Peter?
Queen h5.
All right, so queen h5, threatening mate here. It's good move, not so strong though, right? Because he can defend pretty well that way. And I guess the best you could hope for maybe is like if you want to do a perpetual, you just get
Yeah,
you just get a
draw.
you just get a perpetual check
And
that
then
way.
I'll get a draw against the GM. Yay!
All right, so what's another strong move here? What do you think, Samuel?
Queen G4.
Okay, so again, queen g4 runs into the same thing. G6 is pretty strong defense.
Yes, that gets a bit annoying.
Yeah, so what's another good move here? What do you think, Samuel?
Rook takes G7.
Yeah, rook takes G7. Very so. One of my other students with this position, they mentioned, what about bishop takes H7, right? So what would this be called? What kind of sacrifice?
It's the Greek gift, but I don't think it works unless the knight has access to G5.
Yeah, so here it doesn't really work, right? Bishop takes H7, king takes, queen H5, king G8. How do you continue? If you want to bring the rook up, it's going to take 2 moves. In the meantime, black can go rook E8, king F8, and then maybe escape to the queen side. So it doesn't really work here. So yeah, strongest move is what did you say, Samuel?
Rook takes G7 check because now there's no more G6.
Yeah, rook takes G7 check. Okay, so now let's look. So let's see, and see if you can calculate without me moving the pieces. If black does not take, oh sorry, let's say black does not take. How does white win the game? Yeah, Samuel.
Rook takes H7 check.
Rook takes H7, and then what? And then king G8, and now what?
Queen G4 checkmate.
Say again?
Queen G4.
Queen G4 checkmate. Yeah, very good. Queen G4 is mate. Very good. So if he took the rook, so how does white finish off black here? Samuel, what do you think?
I think Queen G4 check.
Okay, Queen G4 check. So now he has 2 options. So let's say he goes to H6, how do you finish off black?
Queen H4 check and Queen H7 checkmate.
Good, and then followed by mate on H7. Very good. So best move would definitely be king H8. Now how does white finish off black?
Queen F5.
Excellent, very good. So one of my other students said queen H5. Why is that not as strong? It does win, but it's just not as strong.
Because black has a bunch of moves to stall checkmate.
Yeah, exactly. So F5, queen down, so it just gets annoying. And even he can even escape this way, and it's probably still gonna end up, winning and checkmate and everything, but just takes a little while, and then yeah, mate would be next move. So yeah, so the much stronger way would be to block the F pawn from advancing, and there is absolutely no way that he can block it. He can stall 1 move, but that's about it. Yeah, so queen F5 and black resigns. All right, cool. So we'll do a few more positions. What do you think? You enjoy this? Poison pawn. Have you guys ever done a lecture on poison pawn like this?
Not for a really long time.
Okay, cool. All right, let's look at this one. This is between Belyavsky versus Steen, 1982. So this is a variation in the Sicilian defense, which has the name the poison pawn variation, because white offers the B2 pawn, and this is very similar to the first position we saw, but there's going to be a slight difference here. So black takes on B2. So now in the first position we did rook B1. So here white did a different move than rook B1. What do you think white did here? What do you think, Sam?
Knight B3.
Yeah, so knight B3 is also a good move, right? Blocking the queen's escape, also protecting the rook on A1. So very nice move. All right, so then black continues developing the knight. Bishop D3 developing, B5, castle, knight C5, takes. And now white destroys a little bit black's pawn structure. Okay, so now now he goes rook a to b1, queen a3. Okay, so now how does white continue here? What's the best move for white? Sam, what do you think?
Bishop takes b5 check.
Okay, so you can do bishop takes b5 check. Let's see what happens. Takes, and then I assume you want to take with the knight, right?
Yes.
So it doesn't really work in the sense that the c7 square is protected with queen a5, and you know, you can trade, but yeah, so I don't know if that'll lead to winning, but it's interesting. So he did a similar thing. He didn't take with the bishop, he took with the knight. Okay, knight takes b5, a takes, bishop takes, king e7, and so now what is the winning move here? Is that your sister or brother, Brian?
Brian's brother is already here in this class.
Well, does he have another brother or sister?
No.
Oh, who is that? Is that your cousin?
No.
She's
I'm
my-
Brian's brother.
He's my baby cousin's cousin.
Baby cousin's cousin.
Oh.
No, my cousin's cousins, but she's a baby. She's only one.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
Let me see.
the move here is rook fd1.
Rook fd1, excellent. Yeah, so the queen currently controls the entire d file. So now the next question is, how do we invade along the d file? So rook f to d1 threatens mate on 2 places, on d6 and d8. And is there any way that black can protect against both? What do you think?
Wait, didn't white just move?
Yeah, so white just moved rook f to d1, but my question is there any way that black can defend against both mating threats? Sam, what do you think?
I think, yeah.
I think he can try with something like bishop a6.
Bishop a6. Okay, so bishop a6. Does that defend against both threats?
No.
No. Bishop a6 and then queen d6 is still mate. So yeah, so if he moves the other bishop to try to protect here, again, queen d6 mate. If he tries to move one of the pawns, so let's say the e pawn, you just push the f pawn, and now, or actually, you don't even have to push the f pawn. You still mate here. Push the e pawn. If he pushes the f pawn, you can just block his escape with e5, and still the mating threat is still there.
Queen d8.
Say again?
After f5, you can just go queen d8 checkmate.
Ah, very good. Excellent. Very good. Queen d8 checkmate. Yeah, still mate. Excellent. Yeah. Good. Yeah, so there's really no way. So
This is so hard.
So in this position, black resigned after rook f to d1. Those
It
threats,
must have taken a long time here.
those threats are not able to be parried, right? Not able to be parried. All right. So
How
we got
about go queen e3 check,
yeah, you can stall. That's true, but
and then go f6.
resistance is futile.
Go f6, and then you can escape the king.
Oh, f5, you mean?
F5, yeah.
Yeah, f5.
And then when it moves back, you can escape the king.
Then maybe he goes. Then you go e5, but then he can.
Okay, then instead of that, you can go bishop a5.
Bishop,
Wait, actually, yeah. Play
Right.
e5, and then you can play f6.
yeah, e5 then f6. Yeah, he will escape here, but it's gonna be losing. So he decided to just resign. But yeah,
Much better.
very nice, very nice. Okay, so let's see, where's the FG doing? All right. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. We just got a few more, and then we'll do. I guess we'll do. You guys usually do like some exercise, right, before we do the last tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
that's after the entire lesson at 1:30.
At the entire lesson? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So poison pawn. All right. So this is another perspective of the poison pawn variation, or sorry, the poison pawn Yeah, poison pawn variation of the Sicilian defense. So white goes rook b1, queen a3, bishop takes, g takes, ruining the pawn structure. Bishop e2, knight c6, knight takes, castle, queen a5, king h1. So basically, king h1. Why does he do king h1? Yeah, Sam.
It's a prophylactic move to
Yeah.
avoid checks on the diagonal, like in the last game, queen e3 check.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just a prophylactic move. So king h1, useful move for that reason. Bishop e7. So now f5. So now white's trying to open up the king, or sorry, the center. f5 takes. So basically, he just sacrificed a pawn here, right? Takes here. So now he basically sacrificed a pawn and gave black double isolated pawns on the f file, and he also has an isolated pawn on h7. Right, so now bishop f3, also to open up the diagonal for his bishop. So now he chooses to castle in this position. Crazy, huh? So castling, bishop takes, rook a to c8, bishop b7. Okay, so now it appears that this knight is free. So let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens. Rook takes.
Rook takes. Oh wait, yeah.
And now what do you think white did here?
I think white went rook takes f5.
Yeah, that's what he did. He says, okay, so I'm going to take you take my knight. I'm going to take your bishop here, right? So now if you take my rook, I can just take your rook, and then it's going to be an even trade, and we're going to continue. The game continues, right? But
We good.
black has a killer move here. He did not take the rook on f5. What did he do? What did black do? Killer move.
Queen a2.
Queen a2. Okay. Interesting. I think here, yeah, maybe he'll just want to, let's see, maybe just protect his pawn here, something like that. All right, there's actually a much stronger move than queen takes a2. Anybody can see it? What do you think?
I see it. It's rook b3.
Rook b3. Wow. Amazing move. So I love these moves where you put your piece in a position where it could be taken by multiple pieces or pawns in this case, right? So this is a crazy move, right? And so the queen is unprotected, the rook on b1 is unprotected, the queen on a5, everything is unprotected. So that's the only reason why rook b3 works, right?
Nothing's protected, but white is also unprotected. His whole position is also unprotected.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so yeah, both sides are unprotected, and also the white king has a back rank mating weakness, right? So that's also another reason why this works. So yeah, the queen is untouchable either way due to rook takes, and then that would lead to mate. And of course, if the rook takes or the pawns take, then the queen is lost. And if you try to save or protect the rook, actually you don't even have to take the queen first. You can even take the rook first. And again, if he takes your queen, you take on f1 as mate. Or if he tries to save protect the rook with the queen, you go rook takes and queen takes, and then you capture the rook, and then you're just a rook ahead. So yeah, killer move, rook b3, very powerful. Yeah, so this is Marek versus Gligorich, 1962. Yeah, awesome game. So yeah, basically white resigned after rook b3. So yeah, this is also another reason why, when you're considering moves, you have to really be open-minded and creative and consider all possibilities, right? Even moves that on the surface look like ridiculous, crazy moves sometimes end up being the best moves, right? So don't always discount moves just because they look ridiculous or crazy. All right, so good. So let's go on. That's the poison pawn variation of the Sicilian. Okay, so here's another game between Mikhail Tal versus Paul Benko, who is another pretty famous grandmaster. He wrote a couple books. He was also very good in the Endgames. This is in 1964. So Tal is white. So Tal continues attacking with g5. H takes, knight takes, bishop takes, d takes, and rook takes. Queen takes on e5. Okay, so now white to move. What is strongest move here? What did Mikhail Tal play? What do you think? Sam, that was quick.
Bishop a4 check.
Bishop a4 check. No, maybe he can just block like this. He's fine.
Yeah.
Right. So what else? What else did Mikhail Tal play here? Strong move. Sam, what do you think?
Rook d8 check.
Rook d8 check. Nice. Isn't that beautiful? That's
Yes.
a very beautiful move. Rook d8 check. Everybody understand why that works? So what's this? What's the name of this type of sacrifice? Anybody can tell me?
I have no idea.
What's the name of that type of sacrifice? Anybody?
Peter, you said no idea. You have no idea why that works or the sack name.
No, I have no idea what it's called.
Oh, okay. But you understand why it works?
Yeah, king takes and then knight takes f7.
Excellent. Yeah, very good. So yeah, Mikhail Tal sees these, decoy sacrifice. Yeah, very good. So you're decoying the king away, you're decoying the king onto a square that you want it to be on, which is d8, and that makes this fork possible. So of course he didn't take. I think he just went king e7, rook takes h7, and then queen takes. The game went on, but Mikhail Tal is winning after that. So yeah, very nice. Again, another example of a poison pawn here. This time on e5, right? So very nice use of a little bait there. Cool. All right, so let's go.
Nice.
Oh,
All
it's time for the end games.
Say again.
End games.
Okay, well, we got one more. We'll do one more. This is also a Mikhail Tal game versus Robert Hubner, 1973. So this is actually a game where Tal lost because, ironically enough, he's the one that took the bait for material that he should not have taken. All right, so we're going to see how somebody beat Mikhail Tal. So Mikhail Tal is white, by the way. All right, so he goes f6 to try to open up the king side for an attack. Bishop takes. Of course, he sacrificed the exchange to open up the g file. Queen h4, threatening on f6, and also maybe bringing the bishop on h6 as well eventually. Queen e7, rook d3, rook lift, maybe eventually bring the rook here or onto h3. So black offers a queen trade. What do you think? Did Tal trade queens?
No.
No. What do you think Tal played here?
I think he played queen g3.
Okay, so queen g3 check. That actually might help black because now the g8 square is vacated. Now the rook's gonna be coming to the attack now. So he didn't do that. He went bishop g5, right? Counterattacking the queen and threatening a skewer. Threatening a skewer, but it was easily parried with f6. Also, what bishop g5 did was, which is a good move, makes it a good move, is it cleared the third rank for the rook to come in on g3 and enter the attack as well, right? So f6, bishop at h6, f takes, okay, and now rook g3 check, king h8. All right, so what do you think? What do you think he played? What do you think Tal played here?
I think he played bishop g8 or bishop takes f8 check.
So bishop takes f8 or what?
Bishop takes f8.
Or bishop g7, you said?
No, bishop takes f8.
Oh, bishop takes f8? No, he did not take the rook. Definitely not. What else? What's another move he did? I mean, taking the rook would just kind of deflate his attack. He definitely doesn't want to trade pieces. What do you think?
Then he played bishop g7 check.
Yeah, bishop g7 check. Good. So now if the king goes to g8, he wins the queen with bishop takes f7, f6. So queen takes, rook takes, king takes, and now knight takes. So now knight e5 opens up the knight to enter the attack. Knight g3. So now he's threatening knight h5. Okay. Knight g6, queen d4, king h8. So now here it's like two minor pieces versus two rooks. So which is usually better in most cases? I mean, sorry, a queen versus two rooks. Which is usually better?
A queen.
A queen? What does everyone else think? What do you think, Peter? Queen or
Or
two
rather,
rooks?
I think two rooks.
What do you think, Peter?
Actually no, queen.
Queen? What about you guys? Joshua, Brian, what do you think? Queen or two rooks? Which is better?
In this position, I would say queen.
Okay. And what do you think, Joshua?
But like in other positions, I think I'd choose rook.
What do you think, Joshua? Queen or two rooks?
Joshua, are you
Joshua,
there?
can you hear me?
Joshua.
What? I couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh, queen or two rooks? Which one's better? What do you think?
Queen.
Right now, I think the rooks are better because they also have three pawns right in front of them, and they're also protecting the king. And
Okay, go ahead. And what else?
what? No.
Yeah. So, okay, so you guys are saying in this position, I mean, I'm just saying in general, which are better, but in this position, yeah, maybe the rooks are a little bit stronger. I think in general, like for me, if you were to offer me two rooks for a queen, I would most of the time take two rooks. I think they're stronger. However, another answer to that question is depends on the position, right? So in what type of position or what type of a situation do you think a queen is superior to rooks? What do you think?
The king is sort of open.
Okay, if the king is open, yeah, and you can check the king a lot with the queen. What's another type of situation where where the queen might be better than the rooks?
If the position is open.
Yeah, and well, more specifically, if the rooks are not connected, right? If the rooks are not connected, then the rooks are weak because once the rooks are connected, they protect each other. They're very strong, right? But if the rooks are not connected, then the queen becomes much stronger because she can maneuver along the diagonals, right? Which the rooks cannot. So rooks have weaknesses along the diagonals. So yeah, if the rooks are connected and then they can support, pawn advances, something like that, then the rooks would definitely be superior. Most of the times, I think they are. I would say they are. So, yeah. All right. So queen h8. Okay. Knight h5, targeting f6. Knight e5, blocking. Queen h4. Again, renewing the attack. Rook d7. Knight takes. So yeah. So the pawn was under attack, and yeah, I guess he wanted to bring his rook onto g7. So knight takes, rook g7, queen h6. Okay. So now what do you think black did here? Here's where the tables begin to turn. Sam, what do you think?
I think he played bishop takes g2.
Bishop takes g2. Okay, that's an interesting move. Let's see. Bishop takes g2. All right, it's a possible move. So, but he didn't do that. He went instead. Rook takes g2. Rook takes g2 check. So now, what do you think is the best move? King h1 or king f1?
King f1.
Yeah. King h1. You're running into a discovered attack, and he's going to win your queen, right? So king f1 is kind of forced, and now the other rook is under attack, so he saves his rook, and also he was threatening mate on h7. So rook f7, bishop h5, attacking the rook. All right, so now what do you think black played here? What did black play? Sam, what do you think?
Rook f to g7.
Rook f to g7. Okay, it's a possibility. That's a possibility. He really wanted to keep this rook on the f file though, and make sure the knight is pinned. So he didn't do that yet. So what else? What else do you think he did? What else is a possible move?
Rook.
Brian, what do you think?
Rook G7.
Rook g7. Well, then he's just going to lose the exchange here.
Well, then you take because you said black really
Well, there's a better move. There's a better move even so not sacrificing the exchange.
Oh,
Anybody see a
wow.
better move?
Not yet.
Sam, what do you think?
G6.
Oh, knight g6?
No, rook g6.
Oh, rook g6? No, I think you just lose the exchange again. Actually, you know what? That's interesting. So rook g6. Take, and now I'm thinking you do have time to take with check, and then he moves away,
And then you take bishop.
and then you take. Yeah, so then that would be winning also. Okay, so that's interesting. He didn't do that though, but that's an interesting idea because it looks like that definitely wins the knight. All right, cool. But he didn't do that. What's another possibility? So the idea with this, it has to do with the fact that the knight is pinned. That's the hint. Yeah, Sam?
Um,
Can't really hear you. What did you say?
knight g4.
You hear me? Yeah, knight g4. Yeah, that's what he played. Very powerful move.
Can I leave the meeting?
You got to go? Okay. Okay.
No, he couldn't hear you.
Oh, you couldn't hear me. Oh. Sorry about that. Can everybody hear me? How about you guys? Can you hear me?
Now I can.
I can.
Okay, cool. Okay, so
Yeah.
knight.
That's just because I had a glitch.
Okay, so knight g4. So bishop takes, rook takes, right? And now he's definitely threatening rook g6, winning the knight. So there's nothing really he can do to prevent it against the loss of the knight, right? So even if he removes his king from the pin, rook g6 wins the knight, right? And then so for that reason, after this position, Mikhail Tal resigned the game. So yeah, amazing, interesting idea that Mikhail Tal took this pawn over here, but this pawn was in fact a poison pawn. So it's kind of funny. I showed you positions where Mikhail Tal was the one that offered the free material, which is poison, and then also one where he succumbed to the free poisoned material. All right. So, do you want to do? We'll do some exercise now. What do you think? Sound good?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let's see here. So maybe get up. So who wants to say? Anybody want to? You want to give any?
I have a suggestion.
What do you guys think?
I want 50 jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks. Go ahead.
50 though.
Oh my God, that's a lot. Okay,
But still 50.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go, Brian. 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Wow, that was awesome.
That was tiring.
Woo, that was awesome.
Now I'm gonna eat lunch.
You're gonna eat lunch now? All right, how about let's stretch out the chest here like this. All right. Let's do maybe neck rolls slowly.
You don't see me on Joshua's camera.
Say again? Oh, you got two cameras? Where's the? Oh, there he is. Oh, you guys are right next to each other?
That's just right now.
All right. All right, so maybe we'll do these. Stretch out your hands. Peter, you were in some of the adult classes, right? On Mondays?
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, both I and Peter. I was also in the adult classes on Monday.
Oh, and was that during the winter or the spring?
Mostly during the spring.
Cool. Was that Evan teaching that?
Yeah, Evan was teaching it.
Okay.
I remember you taught it once.
Yeah. A couple times. All right. Maybe we'll do hold up one leg maybe. Stretch. Can anybody here do a split? A full split?
Nope.
No, I can't do that.
Anybody here do gymnastics?
No.
I went to gymnastics camp 2 years ago.
Gymnastics camp? Ah,
2 years ago.
cool. Yeah, my daughter does gymnastics. She's the one that sometimes in the tournament, she's rock and roll 19. She does
Isn't that your daughter?
Yep, that she's 8 years old, and she can do a full split. She can do a lot of stuff that I can't do.
I'm 9-year-old and I can only do a front flip on a trampoline.
Nice. Trampolines are good too. All right, maybe try touch your toes.
我没有踩对，就慢慢踩。
All right. Okay, so maybe let's try maybe hip circles. Try that. This is easy. Too easy for you guys. Yeah, I'm teaching right now. I'm teaching the adult beginner class on Mondays at 7 o'clock. I got a lot of people in that class. It's probably almost like 10 people, because I think only 1 or 2 signed up for the intermediate. So Evan just put them in my class. So now we're all
They
together.
all put it in your class.
Say again?
He put them all in your class.
Yeah, I put them all in my class, which is fine. You know, they can still learn.
Yeah.
So basically, what we're doing every week is just analyzing some of their games.
Oh, okay. I'm planning on going to the adult class during the fall.
Adult class, which one? The intermediate, I assume, right?
Intermediate.
Yeah, cool. I see Joshua wants to do 3 plus 2. So does anybody here prefer increment or not prefer increment? What do you guys think?
I want increment this time.
You do want increment?
I want increment.
I
3
want
plus 2 does
increment.
have increment though.
Say again?
What's increment?
Increment is
Your typing is off.
increment is what do you call it?
15 plus 5. Do you want me to go like a turtle?
Yeah, go like a turtle. I want 15 plus 5 so I can have infinite time to think. Well, not
Can we at least have 7 plus 5?
no
7 plus
15 plus
5.
5. If you don't like it, then berserk.
Yeah, 15 plus 5.
I can never find the button.
All right.
If you don't like it, then just berserk.
All right,
just-
let's see.
Just berserk if you don't want such a slow time.
Peter, what do you want?
All right,
I want increment.
all right, let me ask you guys. Do you guys want a standard chess or do you want a variant?
Variant.
You guys
Variant.
Standard.
Crazy house. Crazy house. Horde.
I love. Does anybody know the variants I love? I think I love chess 960. What other variants do I do? Anybody know?
Atomic.
No, I don't really like a
Crazy house. Crazy house.
Yeah,
King
Crazy
of
House.
the Hill. King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. All right, chess 960, King of the Hill, Horde. I think they're all good.
Yeah, sorry, Coach Danilo, but we're probably not going to do chess 960 today.
What? Why?
Let's do something he wants. We're only working for a short amount of time.
All right, so what do you think? What do you guys want to do? What kind of tournaments?
I want
Standard.
to do
Crazy
15.
house. Crazy house.
All right, Joshua says Crazy House, and Samuel says Standard. What about you, Brian?
I don't really care.
Doesn't matter.
Peter, it's up to you.
What do you, Peter?
No,
What do you
no. Standard.
Peter.
or what do you think, Peter?
I voted Crazy House.
I voted standard.
Oh, you want Crazy?
Danilo, it's up to you. It's up to you, or you send a message to Evan.
Send a message to Evan. Why would I send a message to Evan? All right, so let's
Sometimes you
do.
decide.
All right, so let's do. All right, so we got 2 for Crazy House, so let's do Crazy House. Why not? All right, so let's see.
Yes.
But we
Oh,
also
come
have 2 for standard.
Say again.
Get over it, Snowflake.
We have 2 for standard too.
Well, we
Get
did.
over it, you snowflake.
Fine. Guess what? We'll do Crazy House, but 15 plus 5.
15 plus 5. Well, what is this? A classical? What is this? A tournament? What do you call it? Standard?
Yes, it is.
No, then
Can you just get on with it, Snow?
no, then do 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2
Yes,
crazy.
5 plus 2.
5 plus 2 Crazy House?
10
Yes.
plus 0. 10
All
plus 0.
10 plus 0 is too slow for crazy house.
Do you want me to be 100 when I finish a game?
All right. So
At least we have a 2-second increment, so at least I won't have to worry as much about flagging.
so 5 plus 2 Crazy House, right? Is that what we said?
Yes. 5 plus.
All right. So 3 minutes. Let's see. All right. Sound good. All right. Okay. Rated. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So I'm going to put it in the chat. Okay. All right. All right. So the link is there. So go sign up. I'm going to see if I can invite some more people. Let's see here. Invite more people.
记得他那天在
Samuel.
班上，老师说下个礼拜他要请假。
Samuel, have you ever beat Coach Danilo?
Yeah, have you beat me, Samuel? I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh no, we just drew. We drew one time, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you've never won against Danilo?
No, no.
I think he should have won that one, but I got lucky. Or no. Maybe I flagged you one time where you should have beat me. I think, right?
No, I shouldn't have been you. I should have drew you.
Yeah. Chess is like that.
I just remember the one time when I perpetualed you.
You perpetual me?
I perpetualed you.
Nice.
I was so happy. Your son's here. They'll probably be playing Josh.
Say again?
Your son's here.
Oh yeah. He's always here.
Last game, your son resigned for some reason.
He resigned the last game?
Yeah, he was up. I was up by 4 points.
Oh.
I was up a knight and a pawn.
That's still a lot.
And my king was on G3.
Well,
Oh,
that's
really?
completely losing.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see.
Your gold secret magician game.
Nice. Gold Secret Magician. He's good. He's like 15 years old.
然后还有一块那个厚片披萨，你要记得。
So I beat a 15-year-old?
Yeah, he's 15 years old. He's pretty good. He actually teaches chess classes on his own as well. But I think he's only beaten me once.
Who? Gold Secret Magician?
Yeah, Gold Secret.
I have a
Oh,
plus,
I'm playing him. He's probably gonna destroy me.
plus score.
But I destroyed him.
Yeah, he's
And
pretty good.
Peter, you can destroy me.
That's true, but oh, okay. But if he teaches lessons and he's 15 years old, and he has a higher rating than me, but I've beaten 1685 before.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Oh, but his rapid rating, which is probably the one that he does the most, is 2000.
There's a high rapid rating.
Yeah.
1050.
Well, I'm scared.
I've beat him in Blitz before.
Say again?
I beat him in Blitz a lot.
Oh yeah?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
he's-
have.
Yeah, he plays a lot of my he plays in a lot of my tournaments.
Yes, he does.
Do you live with him?
No, I don't live with him. He just I just know him. He's one of
Because
my
he's your son?
No, he's not my son. He's my friend's son.
Another one of Daniel's secret sons.
Yeah.
No secret sons. Oh my goodness, what's going on here?
I'm just being annoying.
I know.
But on a scale 1 to 10, Danilo, how annoying is Samuel right now?
Samuel's doing pretty good.
I need a number, not a sentence.
Scale of 1 to 10?
Yes.
Maybe 7. Maybe,
Hey,
That sounds pretty good.
maybe
that's
7.
pretty rude. How dare you? I'm not annoying. I'm just helping myself.
Uh oh. I sense something gonna happen here.
I sense that you should resign. I sense that you should resign.
You sense that I should resign?
Yes. Okay.
Yep, I felt that. I felt that one coming.
You felt that right up. You
Felt that.
felt that something was suspicious.
See, it doesn't work still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Who has all that sound, all that noise?
It could be you.
Yeah, I'm not as good in I'm not as good in what do you call it? Crazy
Right.
House. Yeah. Not as
Why are
good.
your Crazy House ratings so high?
Why is my Crazy House rating so high? Not sure. I don't play that.
Brian blundered a bishop.
Who blundered the bishop?
I'm
Ryan.
just kidding.
Oh my goodness. I'm not doing good. Look at this. Wow.
Look at this. I'm just being so annoying.
I know.
I just lost.
To Danilo's son.
No, to Gold Secret Magician.
Oh, he beat you? Yeah, he's good. Hmm.
Why Danilo Kipu? Like why Danilo Kipu?
Oh, why did I choose that name?
Yeah, why did you choose the name Danilo?
So my father, he made my Yahoo email Danilo Kipu. He just kind of chose it. And so I'm Peruvian. I'm half Peruvian, half Australian. And so Kipu. Anybody familiar with the Incas? Anybody know what the Incas are?
I've heard of that. Yeah.
The Incas are what? How would you describe them?
I feel like I should checkmate and one for Danilo.
I would say they're more like a tribe.
Couldn't you just put a queen on G7? Oh yeah, you don't have a queen.
What are you doing?
Oh, you do have pawns
What are you doing?
and knights.
Wait. I can't go King H8. Yeah, I can't go King H8.
Yeah. It was a good try, right?
Well, that's a fork.
That was kind of close.
Wait,
That was close,
that's
right?
not really a fork because the knights are protecting each other. Now they're
Yeah.
protecting the bishop.
Yeah, knights
That
are pretty.
knight on F6 is doing everything.
Knights are pretty
Also,
strong.
that knight on H5.
Knights are pretty strong in what do you call it?
Imagine if that bishop on H7 was a rook.
Ooh, looks like I have a forced mate here.
Yeah, bishop S4, and then he presses the 5 button twice.
Oh my goodness, how did I beat you? Wow, good game, Samuel.
Yeah.
I got lucky, big time.
Yes, you keep getting so lucky.
I keep getting so lucky.
But don't
Yeah.
worry, one day your luck
Both of you and Leprechaun.
What'd you say? One day my luck will run out?
Yes, one day.
Yeah, one day, maybe
One
tomorrow.
I will
Maybe
keep
End of
running
this
your
week.
luck. I will keep running your luck until your luck goes out. And you won't have it for some time. You'll have to rebuild your luck.
Right.
Or maybe my stroke of luck will come on you.
I have a new highest rating now. 2153 is my new high.
I'm playing your son.
Good.
You're playing Hamster Child?
Yes, I'm playing your son. I'm gonna get revenge on you. Hamster child.
How many hamsters do you have?
How many children do you have of hamsters?
Is it okay if I listen to music while I play?
Yeah, I think so. If you want.
Okay, I won't be able. I won't hear
Right, you can.
anything, or I might hear something.
What kind of music is it?
Just random. I like pretty much all.
Are you
genres.
gonna scroll down the place and play this playlist and get going for 3 hours?
Yeah, let me just